All right. Good evening or afternoon or morning, whenever you're watching this recording. We are going to wrap up our launch training. So we have, in the past 6 weeks, talked about just setting and creating goals, writing a list of people that you want to talk to, and how to approach those people, and then how to do a sales conversation with somebody, whether that's in a class or one-on-one, how to close somebody. We use that term. Can you close them? Help them get purchased. And then how to support somebody after they've enrolled. And now we're going to talk about, okay, so where do we go from here? And I think what is so crucial for moving forward in your business is staying connected with a mentor or somebody who helped you, whoever helped you get started. So if that's me, someone else, I'm happy to connect and help you grow your business for sure. Give you ideas, help you, troubleshoot some of the areas that you feel stuck. So stay in close contact with your mentor. The other thing that I really recommend doing is maybe finding an accountability partner, somebody who is in your same area or same shoes, building wise, maybe same age range. Just find someone that you connect with. One thing I do want to start doing is meeting up maybe, and I'm trying to decide if I'm going to do it weekly or like twice a month, but just meeting together for people who are building that want to have that connection with others. And there may be someone that you meet on there that you're like, hey, we totally jive. Maybe we could start chatting more. So I really am a big fan of just making sure that you are connected in with other people so that you don't feel like you're doing this on your own. I don't want anyone to ever feel like I'm out here on an island doing this on my own, because, the reality is there's lots of other people, and you may have the perfect tip or troubleshooting idea for them when you're struggling. And likewise, they may have an idea for you. So I think masterminding and working with others is really important. So what I think it really comes down to is setting benchmarks for yourself and monitoring how those things go. Making sure that you're putting your time and energy into income producing activities. Organizing your oils, making new labels, those are not income producing activities. Getting out there and meeting with people, doing classes or one-on-ones, that is going to be an income producing activity. So making sure that you have a solid schedule set is going to be huge. When are you going to do this? Treating this like a job is so important, and it's so interesting how many people don't take this as seriously, probably because they haven't put in a huge investment like maybe other people have into their business. So if you'll treat this like a business, and if you think about a business, they have very structured hours. Now they may not all businesses may be open 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Some businesses, they're open for dinner only, and that's okay. Like, I know there's a restaurant in town that I like called The Communal. It is only open in the evenings, and that's what works for them, and that's great. But I know when to expect them to be open. They treat their business like a business. There's other restaurants that are open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Denny's is open, 24 hours? So you need to decide what hours work for you and be consistent with it. That's part of, treating this like a business. And if you find that what you're doing isn't working, we don't want you to go insane. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over without results. I don't want you doing that. I want you to make sure that the time and effort that you're putting in is moving you forward. So that's why I like you to set benchmarks. So at the beginning of every month, have a goal set. What do I want to achieve this month? And that could be a number of enrollments. It could be volume. It could be rank. It could be money made. It could be getting somebody on LRP. It's totally up to you. And those are just some ideas of some good benchmarks. And I always think it's good to have, where do you want to be in a year? Where do you want to be 1 year from now with your business? And then work your way backwards. Okay, so if I want to be silver in November is always a great month to rank advance. So if you want to be silver in November of 2021, then I would recommend that you're hitting premier around March or April, and getting to elite maybe in January. I don't know. I'm just kind of rambling or spouting things off. But the idea is that you always have like something that you're working towards in the future, and then a goal that's going to help you right now. So like if you've ever run a marathon, you know that you're going to run your marathon on February 4th, 2021, or whenever it is, right? So you have to train to get to that point. So you need to be running 13 miles on Saturdays and then 18 miles on Saturdays by a certain point. So your first month, you're not going to say, oh, I need to be able to run my marathon by this Saturday. you know that that is your long-term goal, but what are the short goals that are going to help you get to your long-term goal? So obviously you need to be running frequently to be able to get that goal of running that marathon in February. So it's the same thing with your business. Where do you want to be in a year? And then have a goal for every single month. So when I have a goal set, it's like, okay, this is our 1-year anniversary for hitting Presidential Diamond. And I knew probably 3 or 4 months prior that I was going to hit in November of 2019. And so I had benchmarks of where I wanted to be. I wanted to be making sure that I had 20 enrollments a month. I needed, I think, a third of those to get on LRP. Of course, I want everybody, but not everybody's going to do LRP. But I wanted a third of those on an LRP of 100 or more a month. And I was like hoping to retain a certain percentage. So it was like I had goals every month that I was working towards, even though my big goal wasn't until November. And then my goal became, I want to make sure that I hit Presidential Diamond at least 6 times in that calendar year that I was doing doTERRA. And I have hit February, March, April, June, July, September. So I've hit 6 times just this year. I've hit 8 times since I hit a year ago, and then I'll hit this month. So it's really nice to have a goal and just tracking your progress every single month, and realize that some months suck. Some months you're going to put your heart and soul into this and you're not going to be where you want to be. And that is okay. It took me 6 years to go from Blue Diamond to Presidential. And I know that a lot of people had zero sympathy for me. And it's not that I felt like a victim or anything like that, but it was frustrating to not move forward the way that I wanted to. And being stuck is never fun, regardless of the level that you're at. It's that stuck feeling isn't fun. So I had multiple dates for, I'm going to be presidential by this date. I'm going to be presidential by this date. And it didn't happen over and over and over. And that's okay. I just had to finagle new ways of doing things and finding the right builders and changing my perspective or changing my attitude or changing my approach to things. So it's super important to, like, that's why it's important to stay connected with the person who mentors you, for sure. So what I want everybody to do, that your assignment this week is, I want you to create your big picture goal. Where do you want to be in a year? And that could be rank, volume, or income that you're making. And then work backwards. Okay, so if I want to be making $2,000 a month within a year, in 6 months, I'd like to be making $1,000 a month. So in 3 months, I want to be making $500 a month. And then you could look to see, like, just do everything backwards. Okay, so if I am going to be making $500 a month 3 months from now, I need to be enrolling this many people. I need to be doing this many classes. And then you need to have a monthly goal. So you need to have a monthly goal to help you get to your goal that you want to be at in a year. So at the beginning of every month, set your goals, set your expectations for yourself. Make sure that you have scheduled in your success. Find somebody to work with so that you're not feeling like you're on a one-man island. We don't want you to feel like that. And work with a mentor for sure. So just constantly have your calendar going of what you're going to be doing. And then I am going to give an assignment for this week. So this will be our final assignment. So the assignment is, I want you to set a goal for the month of November. What volume do you want to have in this month? What rank is that? So maybe you want to hit manager, maybe you want to hit director or executive. So what kind of volume do you want to bring in? And then, so I want you just to schedule out your success. So have your goals scheduled for November. Okay, how are you going to make that happen? How many classes are you going to do? How many people are you going to sign up? How many people are you going to get to do the Loyalty Rewards program? So if you want to figure out your goal, like if you wanted to have it be 1,000 this month, well, then you need to go ahead and figure out, okay, so if it's 1,000, I have about 200 in LRPs that run every month. You can kind of just calculate what volume consistently is, and then say, okay, well, I need to bring in 800 in volume. So I need to get some enrollments. So maybe I could do an incentive, or maybe I could see if my mom would host a class. She said that her friends from work want to do this. So just get very specific with how you're going to achieve your goal. And then remember, you have your goal for a year out. And you can break it down into, okay, where am I going to be a year, 6 months from now, and 3 months from now? So backwards. And then constantly be checking in with someone. So that is your goal, is you're setting a goal for November and then setting a goal that you want to, where you want to be at the end of next November, and then a halfway point, which would be February, right? April. November to December, December to January, January to February, February to March, March to April, April to May. Is it May? Okay, so in May, where do you want to be in May? I just want you guys having something that you're always working towards. So that is your goal. And I'm going to do some fun, just a fun doTERRA swag. So I gave my shipping assistant a bunch more stuff that she can give out. So you may be getting a convention backpack or a pill holder. You never know, but it'll be something awesome. So thank you so much for joining in. I know that as you continue to follow these trainings that you will succeed, and realize that sometimes it gets hard. And just remember, like, if you ever find yourself making excuses for why you're not getting to where you want to be, evaluate those. Are those something that are in my mind, or is it real? Number one excuse I hear from people is, people in my area don't want to buy these. They're not interested. And that's not the case. It's learning how to approach people and talk to people, or I don't know anybody, or no one around here can afford it. Or I've heard that so many times, and it's just learning how to work with people, or I just don't have time, or I just had a baby. You know what? Take that break after you have your baby. I'm all about spending time with a new baby. But realize that life is going to continue to happen as you build this business. You know, as I've been doing this over the last 10, almost 11 years, just to see, I mean, I've had 3 of my 4 kids. I've had a baby pass away. My husband was in a horrible accident. We've moved 5+ times. Moving's nothing for me. I'm like, I moved in August and I started packing like 3 days before. Granted, I was still keeping the other house fully furnished. I just needed to get my stuff out, but like my clothes and my bathroom stuff. But, you know, there's always something going on, and there can always be a reason that you may not be able to succeed at this. But what you need to focus on is, what is the reason you can't, and why you should, because I'm so grateful for this income, especially right now, as I, you know, the more people I meet and the more people I interact with and talk to and just hear where they're coming from in life, I'm like, I'm going to cling like crazy to that doTERRA team of mine, and make sure that I continue to move forward, because it's such a blessing for my family. I've absolutely loved it. And there's so many things that could have gotten in the way of me building, but I let my goals inspire me instead of letting my excuses be the reason that I stopped. So anyway, so excited to see you guys progress. Please be in touch. I'm always here to help you and give you ideas on how to move forward. So take care and good luck in your business.